Let's shift our attention to the other big story tonight. It's Tamil parties versus Sri Lanka, and the DMK is refusing to budge, forcing the Congress government to take a hardline stance. The DMK has held out a pull-out threat and so far is not prepared to take that back. Is insisting that the conditions that have been spelled out to Mr. Chidambaram, Ghulam Nabi Azad and A.K. Antony, who went at the Prime Minister's behest and went and met Mr. Karunanidhi, the DMK wants each one of those conditions to be met, failing which it wants to pull out of the UPA. As a result, a precariously poised government is bending over backwards to appease and win back its principal ally. But how far will Delhi go to tailor its foreign policies to meet the demands of a livid ally?
From within and outside government, the Prime Minister is under pressure to clarify his stand on Lanka. While the DMK has issued a maximalist threat, Tamil Nadu's combative Chief Minister is not far behind either, demanding harsher amendments to the US resolution against Lanka.
It is high time that the Government of India should go before the UNHRC with relevant the amendments to the US resolutions. Whatever my leader has written, the Prime Minister stands to now.
उनकी कुछ आपत्ति है, उनके कुछ सुझाव हैं और उनसे चर्चा करेंगे कि जो प्रस्ताव यूनाइटेड नेशंस में आ रहा है उसको किस तरह पेश किया जाए. तो ये चर्चा के बाद ही गवर्नमेंट भी फैसला करेगी.
We have made a demand that Government of India should bring in two amendments to the US-sponsored resolution. An independent, credible commission of inquiry, international commission of inquiry, is created to go into the war crimes and genocide inflicted against the Sri Lankan Tamils.
Even on the streets now, there is fury.
You can see law college students have gathered here. They want to lay siege to Raj Bhavan, Governor Bangla, but by then police have prevented them. They are not allowing them to move beyond this point. They are here. They are demanding that India should vote against Sri Lanka. But beyond that, they are saying that Sri Lanka should be made to accept the genocide and also Sri Lanka should be tried for war crimes.
We are insisting on central government to pressurize UN to pass a resolution regarding crime occurred in Sri Lanka as genocide, not as a mere war crime or mere human rights violation.
Tamil people in Sri Lanka cannot be with Sri Lankan government. They really get a separate nation.
Unnerved by the DMK's ultimatum, the Prime Minister has rushed three of his most senior ministers to placate Karunanidhi. But the DMK, at least for now, isn't too impressed.
What is it that the DMK is seeking? Well, point one, harsher resolution against Sri Lanka. They want more teeth in this US resolution, in this UN resolution. Point two, time-bound international probe into this genocide. Point three, action against those involved in war crimes in Sri Lanka.
With the Tamil parties cornering the government on the issue, the government has been again caught in a dilemma. It has to strike a balance between diplomacy and domestic politics.
There are very few tricky options left for the Prime Minister considering the diplomatic ties with Sri Lanka and Tamil sentiments. India can decide to vote against Sri Lanka on a diluted resolution or vote against Sri Lanka by recommending few harsher amendments. It can also dilute the amendments. Final option could be to abstain from voting. But it's not going to be an easy call for the Prime Minister. With camera person Daniel Priyambada in Chennai for Headlines Today.
Some amendments and suggested those suggestions and
இலங்கை அரசின் நிர்வாகத்தில் உள்ளவர்களாலும்
இலங்கை அரசாலும் இலங்கை அரசின் நிர்வாகத்தில் உள்ளவர்களாலும் இலங்கை தமிழர்கள் மீது நடத்தப்பட்ட தாக்குதல்களை போர்க்குற்றங்கள் என்றும்
Karunanidhi is playing hardball. The UPA is trying its best to appease its ally. I want to go across to our political editor Javed Ansari. He's joining us on this broadcast. There's also our Chennai Bureau Chief Priyambada. Javed, to you first. The three senior ministers tried very hard to placate Karunanidhi, but for the moment it seems he's given them a very tough ask. He wants the word genocide to be included in the UNHRC resolution. Now the government diplomatically will find it very difficult to actually incorporate what Karunanidhi is demanding.
Indeed, and it's a very tightrope walk. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. They need to reconcile the demands of the DMK with the foreign policy imperatives of the government, and this is not going to be easy. But if they want to save the government, they will have to do it. And I'm given to understand that Karunanidhi has demanded, and the three interlocutors who went from here are giving it their active consideration. It is most likely that in a day or two they will bring before Parliament a resolution condemning what happened against Tamils in Sri Lanka. That of course will have its own consequences, but that the government is prepared to live with and deal as and when they arise. But for the moment the government hangs it by a very slender thread, and 18 DMK MPs are crucial to its survival, and the UPA doesn't want to do anything which will imperil its longevity. They need this government to continue till at least the end of the year for it to have any chance at all of facing the next electorate and hoping against hope to do well.
Priyambada, Karunanidhi has been in many sulks before this. Most of the time it was just posturing and bargaining on the part of UPA's southern ally. How serious is his threat? Because to many here it would seem that this is Karunanidhi just trying one of his usual tricks to put the government under pressure, because he realizes that if there are elections at this time, it's only going to help Jayalalitha and no one else.
Absolutely. The 2009 threat that Karunanidhi gave and 2011 threat that Karunanidhi gave, those were probably just posturing. But this time around, Karunanidhi is very clear about what he wants. The political dynamics have changed. He wants to take credit for something so that he can face the voters. And he also knows it's, even if he wants to pull out, there should be enough number of months before he plans and makes strategies, sets the stage for the election. That is the reason why he's chosen this timing. And this apart, there couldn't be a bigger reason for Karunanidhi to step out and make the people of Tamil Nadu realize that he is the champion for Tamil's cause. So that's precisely what Karunanidhi is doing, and he's stepping up the pressure. He's mounting pressure. He came out after that meeting and very proudly announced that Congress has agreed to whatever demands he said. But of course we saw none of the Congress leaders said the same when they spoke to the media persons. But right now, if in the Parliament resolution is passed, then Karunanidhi should be a happy man and he'll take complete credit, because just a while back we saw Jayalalitha taking credit for Kaveri issue, and she's trying to solve the power crisis. And definitely Karunanidhi is in desperate need to have a brownie point that he can go and tell his voters.
The UPA caught tonight in a hard place. You've got Mulayam playing hardball over Beni Prasad Verma's comments, and you've got the DMK threatening to walk out. The Prime Minister has many headaches to deal with this Monday night. Javed Ansari and Priyambada for joining us on Center Stage with the updates. Thank you very much.